Silly to me how many boyfriends are just bad to their girlfriends, or like, I don't know what to get her, I don't know what she wants from me, because every single girl that I know wants the exact same thing all the time. Your girlfriend wants you to get up with her in the morning and go and get some coffee or some chai and a nice little sweet treat for breakfast, okay? You're gonna go from there and you're gonna go to a couple of different thrift stores. Pick out a few things there that you think she'll like. Say, look, this reminded me of you, and she'll go, oh my god, that's so cute. After that, you're gonna go to a couple other stores. You're gonna go to a Five Below or a Home Goods, something where she can enter that hunter-gatherer phase and just collect things for her home. Then your girlfriend wants to go to Trader Joe's to collect a frozen meal to cook at home. You're gonna get a nice bottle of wine from Trader Joe's and a bouquet of flowers for her. She should not have to ask for these flowers, okay? You're just gonna grab them and say, we're gonna get these too. When you are at home, you're gonna let her pick the movie. Maybe it's gonna be a rom-com, and if it is, you're gonna keep your damn mouth shut about it. Unless you're saying, they're so sweet, they're just like us. If you somehow manage to end the night with like a chocolate bar too, that's the perfect boyfriend. That's the perfect situation for most girls I know. We're not that complicated.
Fuck no.
That would all be a complete waste of time. And I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Those romantic comedy movies, they just glorify cheating. Every single romantic comedy movie, it's about a woman who is about to get married. She's engaged. She's going for a week to go visit her family. She sees a guy that she hasn't seen since high school, and they caught up, and she found out there's reignited feelings, and she starts lying to her fiance about where she's been, but she's secretly hanging out with this dude for the whole week, and then they end up like cheating. It's just glorified cheating. That's all romantic comedy movies are. That's all romantic books are. It's just cheating. Women glorify this. They fantasize about this. That's why there's a lot of cheating. Women cheat a lot. So that's just kind of the lines, and the dots and the lines are all adding and then getting put together correctly. And basically every woman may or may not want this. I honestly do not care what women want, because she says women want this all the time. So you're waking up with these women every single morning, going and getting them coffee, then going to multiple thrift stores, and then going to Trader Joe's to buy overpriced frozen food. Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. This is no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. You do this too many times, and guess what? Guess what the next thing's going to be? She's going to leave you because you're boring. You're too predictable. You're not spontaneous enough. Women don't want this. They say they want it. Oh, they say they want it, sure. But women do not want this. They will go for the guys that would never do this for them, ever. Just keep that in mind. But what's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. We have a few front seat car videos that we're going to be watching today, and a very special video where a woman cries a lot because some dude left her, and well, she chose this man. So we're going to watch that video as well. So stick around. And how's it going? My name's Rat Boy. Let's do it.
I think dating is too casual these days. Everybody cancels last minute, and it's starting to really wear on me. Like, I was supposed to have coffee with somebody this morning, and they messaged me an hour before we were supposed to get together and said that they slept poorly and weren't feeling well, and could we reschedule for later in the day? I'm busy later. I have plans. I am a schedule-oriented person. So no, we can cancel. And unfortunately, because that was your first impression now with me, we're not ever going to meet up again. So I don't, like, tell me if I'm inflexible or if I'm the crazy one here, but if you agree to do something with somebody, you do it. And I'm not a monster. I understand. Sometimes you don't feel well. But there have been plenty of times I've set up a date with somebody and I'm excited that day. And then the day of the date rolls around and I'm like, man, I really do not feel like going. Like, I am not in the right headspace. I don't want to do this. You go anyway because you made a commitment. You don't have to stay long. You can tell that person, you can communicate, look, I'm not at my best today. But sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do because you made plans. And I feel like that concept is lost on a lot of people these days. Am I wrong? Let me know if I'm...
Hey, you wanted this, right? You wanted the real deal? That's what this is. Wake up. You're in the middle of it. You want to run? Go ahead. No one's stopping you. Stop complaining.
So this is very easy, and what these women need to do, what these women need to say is when these men try to change these dates, which again, you know, I have to say this. I don't know why these men are even entertaining women like this. They're meeting online and stuff. It seems like complete lunacy to me. But anyways, what these women need to do is they need to tell these men, say, hey, look, either we go out at the time we discussed, or maybe they do tell these men that. Maybe they do tell the men that they either go out on the date the time they discussed, or you'll never see me again. And some of these men are just like, okay, well, that's perfectly fine. Now, me personally, I think that if you have plans with someone and it comes the day of, that is kind of rude to kind of call it off. But again, women designed this. Women have been doing this since the very beginning. And a lot of times women won't even call and tell you, they'll just ghost you. Oh, you got plans? They'll just ghost you. They'll lead you all the way up to the date. You will be traveling to the date. You'll be getting there. You've already spent 20, 30 minutes just driving to the restaurant that you're meeting her at. You get to the restaurant, you're sitting there waiting. Oh yeah, and then you just remembered, yeah, she ghosted me. She ghosted me. Left you sitting there. Wasted your time. Women designed this. This is how women play the game. And now a man does it, and now all of a sudden it's they cannot take it. They do not want it. You know, like we've seen in a few other videos, a lot of times these, you know, they will reschedule the date 3 or 4 times. It just depends on how attracted they are to these men, really. They will reschedule the date 2 or 3 times. And then after about the 3rd time, they're like, okay, well, then maybe he just doesn't want anything to do with me.
Let me tell y'all a secret about men, and they're probably going to be in my comments telling me how I'm wrong. You're not fooling me, sir. I got the game sewed up. But y'all know how women will say things like, my man's never going to leave me because I got that Super Soaker 10,000, or I got that net game. And listen, kudos to you, girl. Please, your man. But that is not what keeps a man. They can find that anywhere. Believe it or not, those skills are not, like, there's a lot of us with those skills, okay? That's not the thing. And I know you might think, like, big boobies or a nice booty. And sure, men like that. They like the hips, right? You know what they like more than that? These. It's the eyes. I don't know if it's because they can see the crazy in them, and they'll deny that shit too. They'll say they don't like crazy bitches. Yes, the fuck they do. Within limits, within limits. But there's something about the eyes that men really, 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 really love. So, like, worry less about your boobies and your butt and all that. And you can do all that. But if you got some pretty eyes, you're good. You got the game sewed up.
What the f*** is this piece of shit?
None of that actually matters, by the way. None of that actually matters if you are just an insufferable person. If you're making this guy completely miserable, none of that matters. You could look like a supermodel. And if you are a headache, if you're a pain in the ass to these men, they will be running away from you. Now, there are a lot of simps that will stay with a woman even if she's violent, even if she treats him like trash. They will stay with. I don't know what's going on with those men. I would advise them against it, obviously, but it is a sad situation to see a guy that is being manipulated. Maybe he's in a relationship. He's hanging out with a woman that is treating him that way. I think it's wrong. I think he needs to find some self-respect and get away from her and maybe figure out what's important to him, because obviously he is putting himself through some sort of hell to spend time with a woman that doesn't care if he's injured or not, in multiple different ways. So, a set of pretty eyes and other assets are fine, sure. But if you're a pain in the neck to hang around, I mean, come on. What guy is going to put up with that? They'll spend the night with you, and then they're going to probably just try to get away from you.
You know what's fucking ironic? When you finally walk away from a relationship that caused you so much pain and mental anguish, and then to find out you're pregnant by that person, and because of that person you have no friends or family to turn to because he made sure to keep you by yourself. And what makes it even worse is when he's the provider and he's the one who brought in all the money, and you have no job or no way to take care of yourself, let alone a whole other baby. Please pray for me. Please, if you do anything, please pray for me, because this shit is hard.
Oh no.
Yeah. Life is hard. Look, you're going to need to toughen up. Okay. Single mothers. Am I right, fellas? I mean, come on. Get with the program. So these years and years are, she didn't go into specifics. She didn't go into specifics about anything, just that this guy was horrible and she stayed with him and he made her isolate from all. Okay. Can you be any more vague about the entire situation? So you're choosing to spend time with this guy after he did all this, and now you're surprised about how it ended. Was this? I'm assuming this guy wasn't her husband or anything. I mean, if you're having intimacy and doing all that stuff outside of marriage, I think that's kind of a bad idea. I think the first red flag was he didn't want to marry your ass. But again, I'm just a rat online. I really don't know much. And it's not like marriage really means anything. But a lot of times if a guy asks a woman to marry him, he's pretty serious about the entire situation. I don't know where the woman's head's at, but this is just common sense 101, honestly. Okay, you're going to be giving your everything to this dude and he really doesn't even want to be around you. There is no other way to say that. He showed you in every single possible way. He showed you exactly the person he was, and you still decided to hang around him. You know what? And guys see this. Guys see women post this stuff online, and they see the trauma, and they see, oh, she's also a single mom. Oh, and it's a snowball effect. And these men are just. That's why men say that they just a single mom. Absolutely not. I agree. Single moms are completely just there, and it's not even from the baby's fathers, however many babies' fathers that is, but just even after that, when they get out and they get to dating, they let their guard down a few times. They meet with these men again, I don't like it, but these men kind of tell lies and just to get them for a nighttime visit, okay? And these women think that it's like their soulmate and stuff, and it's a really sad situation. It's funny and it's sad all at the same time because history just repeats itself over and over because they didn't learn the first time and they keep like come on, you're not going to be able to catch these dudes by hopping in the bed with them. It's just not going to happen. Okay, you have to keep that under wraps until you actually know these men. You can't just be hopping in the bed with these men. I don't know if these lessons will ever be learned. It's just you see videos like this and you see history just like repeat itself every single time. It really is kind of funny. I hope this woman finds a job. She's probably going to need a job to take care of the kid. I'm sure the guy will be on the hook for child support once the DNA tests come back. But these women keep choosing men like this, and then they're surprised, their Pikachu face in the front seat of their car, wondering, oh no, why did he treat me bad? Why am I living on the street now? Well, it's because you chose the guy that gave you clear signs he didn't want anything to do with you, but you kept pursuing him because of some reasons she won't go into. It's always vague. They never give the reason. They never give any sort of explanation. It's always just a very vague thing they kind of gloss over, and they never really go into detail. But anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video, gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.